The final cut is a masterpiece. But the first draft is a war zone. This is between the frames. The opening sequence of Baby Driver is a blast of pure cinematic adrenaline. A red Subaru WRX slides through an Atlanta parking garage in perfect sync with the blistering guitar riff of Bell Bottoms. Every screech, every gear shift, every door slam is a percussive hit. It feels like the world's coolest, most complex music video. But that iconic scene is just the tip of the iceberg. The real editorial revolution of Baby Driver is invisible in the quiet moments, in the way a coffee cup is set down, a pencil is tapped, or a fluorescent light buzzes. The entire film, from its loudest explosion to its softest sigh, is cut to a relentless, in-universe rhythm. How do you edit a 2-hour feature film with the precision of a 3-minute pop song? What happened between these frames to turn editing from a post-production craft into the film's foundational blueprint? Edgar Wright's plan was unprecedented. The film wasn't just scored in post-production, it was reverse-engineered from its soundtrack. Before a single frame was shot, Wright and editor Paul Machliss created detailed sync maps for over 30 songs. These were not mood boards, but technical documents marking exact beats, lyrics, and musical changes, where specific actions, like a car turning, a gun firing, or a line of dialogue, needed to happen. The initial obstacle was logistical. How do you shoot a scene when an actor's footstep needs to land on a specific drum hit 3 minutes into a song? The first assemblies of non-action scenes, cut without this obsessive sync, felt flat and disconnected. They lacked the energy and purpose that defined the action sequences. The crisis point was one of identity. Without the music as script, the film lost its unique pulse and its very reason for being. It was in danger of becoming just another heist movie, instead of the cinematic symphony it was conceived to be. The raw footage was there, but the rhythm, the soul of the film, was missing. It became clear that a radical approach was needed, not just in planning, but in every single moment of execution and assembly. The intervention was the rigid adherence to the pre-production sync map as a shooting and editing Bible. The specific fix was treating the soundtrack not as an accompaniment, but as the director of the edit. First was shooting to the click track. On set, actors performed with the song playing in their earpieces, just as Ansel Elgort's character Baby does. This allowed physical actions to naturally align with the beat during filming, giving editors raw material that was already rhythmically charged. It wasn't about faking it in post, it was about capturing the rhythm in camera, making the performances inherently musical. Second, the edit extended this principle to everything through what you might call the Mickey Mousing of reality. The whir of a blender, the cocking of a gun, the blink of a car's turn signal. All were meticulously placed to hit a beat or fill a musical gap. This transformed the diegetic world, the real world of the film, into an extension of Baby's soundtrack. Sound effects became percussion, visual cues became dance moves. The entire environment was an instrument, and the editor was the conductor. This creates a seamless, immersive experience where the line between the score and the story's reality completely dissolves. But the most clever syncs are emotional, not just physical. In the scene set to Easy by the Commodores, the smooth, confident music reflects Baby's effortless control during a heist. The editing is fluid, the camera glides, and every action feels like part of a cool, choreographed routine. Later, when Telegraph Road by Dire Straits plays, the song's long, melancholic intro mirrors his contemplative drive. The edit holds on his face, letting the music carry the emotion, letting the quiet moments breathe in time with the somber melody. The edit uses rhythm to externalize his internal state. This approach didn't just make scenes catchy, it made the protagonist's subjective experience, using music to cope with trauma, the objective reality of the film itself. We don't just see Baby listen to music, we experience the world exactly as he does, filtered through his ever-present earbuds. This mechanism created a new, hyper-stylized cinematic language for Baby Driver. The film's legacy is showing that style and substance can be the same thing when the style is the substance. The rhythmic editing isn't a gimmick. It's the literal expression of the main character's psychology. The relentless rhythm is how he navigates the world, how he controls his anxiety, and how he copes with his past. By making the edit his coping mechanism, the film achieves a perfect fusion of form and function. The unsung heroes in this process were the assistant editors and music editors who logged thousands of hours ensuring frame-accurate sync across the entire film. This was a task of monk-like precision, requiring them to catalogue and align countless sounds and images to create the illusion of effortless flow. The creative lesson here is profound. Baby Driver proves that a creative constraint, in this case, everything must sync to this song, can be the engine for groundbreaking innovation. It forces every department, from cinematography to performance to sound design, to operate within a unified rhythmic framework. It removes certain choices, but in doing so, it opens up a world of new creative possibilities. The competitive blind spot for other heist films is their focus on plot twists or character drama. Baby Driver makes the experience of the heist, the rhythm, the tension, the release, the primary narrative through the edit. The feeling of the film becomes the plot. So, what's the actionable legacy for us? Extract the principle. Let a unifying constraint drive the creative process. Baby Driver's edit succeeded because everyone, from the director to the editor to the lead actor, submitted to the non-negotiable rule of the soundtrack. For creators, the lesson is to find a central, constraining idea for your project. Maybe it's a specific color palette, a single location, or a formal rule like this, and let it dictate creative decisions at every level. The most distinctive works often come from embracing limits, not resisting them. They force you to be more inventive, to find solutions you would have never considered otherwise. By setting strict boundaries, you can unlock a deeper, more focused form of creativity. What creative constraint could define your next project? Let us know in the comments below. And for more deep dives into the art of filmmaking, subscribe to Between the Frames. Thanks for watching.